How you doing today, Smoothie Queen?
Good morning. I'm doing well.
Got any specials today?
So we have biscuits and gravy today.
Oh, that's special right there. Now you're talking.
Yeah.
I like some biscuits and gravies. I know it's early, but Sister Hackett put in a request for the turkey sandwiches. Is it too early for that?
It's not. It's
Okay,
not. We can do that.
all right. Even
We
though
can
it's
serve.
but Sister Hackett put in a request for the turkey sandwiches. Is it too early for that?
It's not. It's
Okay,
not. We can do that.
all right. Even
We
though
can
it's
serve. We can serve lunch and breakfast.
oh, that's what I'm talking about. No time restraints. That's very important. And I would take a smoothie of your choice.
Yeah, my choice, huh? Okay. Biscuits and gravy.
And where are we at today?
We are at Smoothie Queen, 72D Med Building at Tinker Air Force Base.
Awesome. Nice location.
Beautiful. I love it.
What forms of payment do you take?
I take all payments. So we take card, we take tap, we take Apple Pay, we take Cash App.
Okay.
Cash App Pay.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
no limitations.
No limitations. As one brother said, we take all American tenders. Anyway, we'll get the money.
Stop doing cash because you ain't take cash. You got cash, I'm taking that cash.
Right. In business, you can't stick yourself in a box. Just maybe in the morning. Just maybe in the morning or towards the noon, definitely twice. A little rest time. Just go live on the platform, and people will pop in because they notify everybody, especially on TikTok.
Yeah. I have to, is that still?
It's still going, but you whisper.
I was saying I just have to learn how to want to be seen because I don't like to be seen. I just don't. But I know I have to. So I'm working on that.
Right.
That's why I've been trying to show up more.
You have to because we're so self-conscious, but you have a message. And it's a lot of people in society, they want to go further, do more, but they're kind of stuck in putting themselves out there.
Yeah.
And, you know, you can want it, but you got to be active. And no one will promote you like you.
Yeah.
So it's really just overcoming your anxieties, your fears, and pushing through because it's challenging. But that's why you have a great team, you have a good mentor to kind of give you the encouragement you need, the motivation, because it's difficult to try to go alone in the process. In my whole life, I really started growing and flourishing once I had a good support group under a mentor who worked with me and over the whole journey. I had a good support group under a mentor who worked with me and over the whole journey. I had a good support group under a mentor who worked with me and over the whole journey. I had a good support group under a mentor who worked with me and over the whole journey. That's comfortable, then you can just kind of turn back, say, hey, I need some insight on this or that. So that's the role of a mentor. He's a consultant, he's a counselor, and then he's a mentor. Just doing the work, so inspired and encouraging.
Yeah, one young lady that I've been following for a while, we've been keeping in touch a lot, and she's like big on that, and she's been helping me with that. Young lady that I've been following for a while, we've been keeping in touch a lot, and she's like big on that, and she's been helping me with that.
Oh, good.
She's like, I can see you really like instructing. She was like, Smoothie is what's going to.
Oh,
She
good.
was like, I can see you really like instructing. She was like, Smoothie is what's going to. You want people to see the transformation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because God got me on this, I'm on this health journey.
You got to.
It's very imperative because it has to do with my ministry.
That's
It
your
has to do with
passion.
my being on this, I'm on this health journey.
You got to.
It's very imperative because it has to do with my ministry.
That's
It
your
has to do with
passion.
it's very imperative because it has to do with my ministry.
That's
It
your
has to do with
passion.
my business. You know
Right.
what I do? So he's like, I want you to be vulnerable because it's an issue for me.
Yeah.
I don't like being real vulnerable. It's like, and people are going to go through this journey with you, so
Right.
that as they see your transformation,
Right.
that will convince them
Correct.
to be like you though.
That's true. Because
Oh,
once
that's
you
really
once you get into it, you rolling. You forgetting about it.
Yeah.
You ain't got to take the gloves off.
Yeah, and she was like, you can even. She's like, I can even see you doing a like a workout class.
Yes,
You know, and
yes.
like taking fitness.
Right.
And I know the lady who's like the instructor over
Yes.
there. And I was like, it wouldn't be nothing for me to, say something
Because
to her
you
about it, but
you
I
have
think-
a niche
yeah.
that will draw millions.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why it's a season in your life you'll feel that passion really burning, and you can't sit on it because God is opening the door. And once that door closes, it'll open again. But you can't sit on it because God is opening the door. And once that door closes, it'll open again. But when those doors, you can't sit on it because God is opening the door. And once that door closes, it'll open again. But when those doors open, that's the churches. Just like the seasons change physically, open again. But when those doors open, that's the churches. Just like the seasons change physically, there's a spiritual season open again. But when those doors open, that's the churches. Just like the seasons change physically, there's a spiritual season that takes place alongside, coincide, are out of order with our natural four seasons. January, winter, spring, summer, fall. It goes back through a cycle. But then there's another universal change that takes place also that you have to operate in. That's why at certain times you don't see the growth, you don't see the production. Then there's a season where it may be slow, but it's a season to learn, to build yourself up, to rest, so you can be ready for that next universal open door of that season of growth and development of cycle. Because you'll burn yourself out if you operate the same way as you did in winter. Right, you have to listen to it. And that's why we have natural seasons the kind of way as you did in winter. Right, you have to listen to it. And that's why we have natural seasons, the kind of things wind down. Right, you have to listen to it. And that's why we have natural seasons, the kind of things wind down. Right, you have to listen to it. And that's why we have natural seasons, the kind of things wind down from November, December, from the labors in the spring, and the harvest time is summer.
Yeah. Yeah. I see that to be true.
Right. And that's why you have to you get up in the morning and spend that quiet time, and you'll get the insight you need. Because what was wild is for years, I think it's a Kool in the Gang song, grew up on Celebration, and I didn't think nothing of it, nothing deep, just you would always hear in the background of any celebration. But one of the co-founders, he said, I came up with that from a biblical event of angels rejoicing about the coming Christ. And he said, so that's what celebration meant for him in his writing. But you hear about all of these creators, they're like, how did you come up with that? That moment of inspiration hit them, and that comes from the divine. Yeah. And when the inspiration comes, we need to not just sit on it, because there's so many people sit on that, and it moves on to someone else. You start seeing others utilize it and gravitate towards the direction you wish you were in.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is, it always comes back.
Yeah.
It always comes back.
It does, but it's like I'm not gonna wait for it to come back around. I want to step into
it. Right. And it's a process and it's a journey.
Here's just some gravy in the sandwich.
Okay. Oh,
Right day.
I didn't know. I thought biscuits and gravy was Wednesday and Thursday.
No, Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Okay.
I have breakfast burritos Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Okay. So do you post it on your account sometime? Or?
Most of the time I do, but I need to make more. Business is a part of my ministry.
Right.
But then also like, my women's ministry,
right.
I'm trying to find a balance. Mm-hmm. So that's what's been a little bit of a challenge.
Right.
I'm trying to find a balance. Mm-hmm. So that's what's been a little bit of a challenge. My women's ministry,
right.
I'm trying to find a balance. Mm-hmm. So that's what's been a little bit of a challenge. My women's ministry,
right.
I'm trying to find a balance. Mm-hmm. So that's what's been a little bit of a challenge, but not as been.
Because you don't want to get burnt out to where you're not really flowing and operating and giving out the information. You don't want it to be robotic. Yeah. You want it to be from a passionate spot. Mm-hmm. And if you're not able to do that, then you need to scale back. And there's nothing wrong with that, as long as it's out there. That's why we have to use social media to fill in the gaps. Because I try to post throughout the day constantly. I'm putting the information out, putting the content out daily. Not on all platforms, but I endeavor to. I do what I can. But it should just be just organic. And then some of it, you just videotape it. You have that inspiration, you have something on your heart, then you post that later at another time.
Yeah.
But utilize the technology so you can expand your brand and what you're trying to accomplish. Mm-hmm. Because you have to know our limitations. If you don't, it's like the difference between an oak tree and a palm tree. When the wind storm, the oak tree will break, but the palm tree, it'll bend all the way down, and then when the storm is over, it'll come back. You never want to